Please join me as I welcome to the studio for this particular segment a veteran journalist, someone you've heard his voice. For those of you that were born pre-post independence, you will know who we are talking about. For those of you that have also followed sports for a while, this voice is very, very close to your ear. Please join me as I welcome to Souk News for another beautiful morning. Hi, Chief Willy Sowho. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. Instructively, I'm not a chief yet. Just like being called Willy Sowho, not even a mister.
Okay.
But not that I'm not worthy of being a chief, but I'm not a chief yet.
Okay. There's something wonderful about your name, aside the way it's spelled.
Well, as a proud Urubo man, WHO is Sowho, or HWO is Sowho.
Okay.
That's how it's pronounced.
That's beautiful. But one funny thing, for those of us that grew up in Nupeland, that means something else. To be precise, it means God.
Well, that's great. In our language, it means call me someone. It's actually an elongated name. Sewoko means Sewoko. If you call me somebody, I will call you somebody. If you respect and love me, I will respect and love you. But if you don't respect and love me, I'll just ignore you.
Okay.
Yes. I won't give you a taste of your own medicine.
All right. I'm so glad to have you join us this morning to discuss a whole lot of things. We'll be looking at Youth on the Move, 65 years of independence and the migration of Nigeria, the future of Nigeria. Now, since independence, Nigerian youths were filled with optimism. How would you describe the story right now of youth opportunity? Has it changed in the past 65 years, or has it been?
Well, I think the world is evolving at a meteoric pace, and thank God that our youths, our compatriots, they are all over the world. And I think it's a divine arrangement by God Almighty. Just like China and India, many years ago, a lot of their youths migrated to the United Kingdom, to the United States, and then all that they learned, they took back to make those two countries two of the greatest nations on earth today. So I think at the most auspicious time, our youths that have gone back will join forces with those that they left behind and we, the elders, to make Nigeria to join the Committee of Great Nations of the world.
I like how you said migrated and came back.
Yes.
Looking at Nigeria now, how do we get these youths back? Now, 60 to 70% of the population are youth. The presidential address, a lot of people have always said that the president doesn't directly address the youth, who are actually the larger population, who are probably unemployed. Some have gone into entrepreneurship. Some are leaving the country. How do we? So there's this disconnect from the youth and the society. How do we bring back those youths, the ones outside and even the ones present in Nigeria?
I think there's an urgent and profound need for this government and subsequent governments to evolve a culture of making this business environment very attractive in the sense of security, and making it possible for the youths, for them to find funding for their different businesses. Because we must give a lot of credit to our youths, to our children. They are very creative. The kinds of things they can do, particularly technological wise, we, their parents, we cannot do. So I think at the right time, things will happen. Things will happen. God does not make mistakes. Everything has been divinely arranged, like I said earlier on. So it is nice that some have gone and have come back. And it's not a bed of roses for most of them that are there. That's why during the Christmas and New Year's season, you see a heavy movement of our compatriots from abroad coming here and hobnobbing with people here. And I think at the right time, the youths will find this place more attractive. For example, I left Nigeria as a youth 50 years ago. 1975. As a matter of fact, September 5th, 1975, I left this country as an 18-year-old, went to the University of Wisconsin, arrived there on the 6th of September 1975. From there, I went to California, San Diego, California. From there, I went to Houston, Texas. And nothing would have kept me back there. I had to come back to Nigeria. And I'm happy I came back to Nigeria. And as a journalist, broadcast journalist, I had the opportunity of working with the NTA. And then through the NTA, the opportunities I would not have had in the US, I had it here. I had the opportunity of traveling, believe it or not, to 62 countries of the world and covering World Cups, Olympics, All Africa Games, Nations Cup, Commonwealth Broadcasting Conferences, International Broadcasting Conference in Amsterdam, Offshore Technology Conference, and what have you. And by coming back, made that possible. And I'm happy that I'm here. Very happy that I'm here. So I used to come back. They will come back.
Okay, thank you very much. You've had a career that is one that should get into the books and future students get to study it and also chat and follow. So please do us that honors and make sure we have that book. But before we have the book, let's look at the young men and women and urban migration. We come from an agrarian society, and the rate at which the young people are leaving the villages and those close states and towns and moving to the metropolitan cities is affecting agriculture. How can we turn that tide around?
Well, the movement cannot be stopped. Some people are meant to be in the villages and some are meant to be here. And like I said, when they come to places like Lagos, they pick whatever they've learned there and take it back there. So that cannot be stopped. And that does not preclude the fact that we still don't have a lot of our youths that are in the villages. They are there. I relate with a lot of them. I relate with a lot of my relatives and a lot of friends who are still in the villages. And they will not give anything. They won't leave the villages to come to Lagos, to come to Abuja or Port Harcourt or anywhere else. They are good wherever they are. So some people will have to be there and some will have to be here. That's just the way the world has been skewed.
In the president's broadcast, he talked about the youth and he said, the future of our country is in the hands of the youth. And he acknowledged how Nigerian youths have become, very, very creative in technology, in media. How they've become very, very creative and productive in establishing businesses that are contending with other foreign businesses at the highest level, even in the globe. I had said it here before, and I'm going to maybe put it again just to ask our guest. You rightly mentioned that decades back, China, I won't only say China, I will also include India, sent their youths out. In fact, Singapore should also be brought in to that number. Malaysia. They went out. They studied. The ones that wanted to come back came. The one that yielded to the call of Lee Kuan Yew came back to Singapore and they helped build the country. I think that is what we should be doing. And since what I said before, that the government should advance loans to Nigerian youth. We are more than 250 million people. Go populate the world, but don't go commit crime. Because if you do that, when you get back to this place, you're going to pay for it. But go out, fly the green, white, green flag. Show yourself worthy. Know the child of whose parents you are. Then you can, on your own condition, come back home. Or if you like, don't come back home, but make sure you pay the loan that the government advanced to you. And in that way, China has almost taken over. Look at the United States. You look at Chinese, you look at the Indians in pharmaceuticals, in technology, they are there. Don't you think the government should have such a policy?
I think without the government having such a policy, our youths that are there now are really entrenched. For example, having studied in the US, I can tell you for free that the oil and gas capital of the world and the medical capital of the world is in Houston, Texas. And if you go there, you'll be proud to be a Nigerian.
Mm.
In the oil and gas industry in Houston, Texas, and the medical field that they are there. So they are working in fruitful synergy with their compatriots here. And there is a time and season for everything under heaven. So at the auspicious time, it will happen. I have great confidence in this country.
Mm.
Great confidence. This is one of the greatest nations on earth. Believe it or not. In my years as a student in the US, the valedictorian of the class, what we call best graduating student in Nigeria, they have what they call a magna cum laude. That student would have been so outstanding. Most of the universities in the US had Nigerians who were the most outstanding. I'll say it, Igbos and Yorubas. I'm an Yoruba man, but I'll tell you the truth. They were the most outstanding there. Some of them are back there, some are here. And they're investing here.
Mm.
They're investing here. Look at the island. Look at the Victoria Island, Lekki, Ikoyi axis. Wow. There's something else. On and off, I've lived in Lagos for 58 years. Lagos has never been this good. Abuja is also evolving in its own beautiful way. So I think at the right time, Nigeria will take its pride of place in the community of great nations of the world. I have great confidence in this country.
Mm.
Yeah.
Is Nigeria suffering from brain drain, losing its best talent, or can it also be brain gain through remittances, skills, and networks?
Well, I'll say for the obtained time, we are not having any issue with brain drain. Because what has been so robustly talked about of our Nigerians who have migrated to Europe and the Americas and Asia and doing well there. And Nigerians are also doing very well here. Our youths are strutting their stuff and doing very well. I give you a good example. Working remotely. My sons, for example, 3 of my sons, for example, I left one at home now. He's working remotely from home. And he's doing exceedingly well. Another one in the UK, working remotely from home. Another one in South Africa, working remotely from home. So they can hold their own against their friends and colleagues in any sphere of human development anywhere in the world. And I'll say it again, there is a time and season for everything under heaven. We are there. Joining the community of great nations of the world is surely by God's grace, but it's guaranteed.
Okay? Guaranteed, for sure. Earlier on when we started and I said your name meant something else somewhere, I think we are getting to understand it now. There is God in our midst. Thank you very much, sir, for being part of this particular segment.